Man, I didn't even know how to start this one. I guess I jump right into it. I mean, say the beginning of 2015. At that point, I pretty much had everything. Had everything. Not that that has changed, but I'm just saying at the beginning of 2015. I guess like the first 90 days was kind of stressful because I was sharing space with somebody and I was getting in more and more emotional bondage with a female. But it wasn't like the worst thing. But at the end of that period, I knew, to separate myself, and I went through that whole process of, when you go through something where you make a hit or something that's like a staple that that will be like a stream for your life. It's it's just something like when I wrote that manual, and like that's it's just funny. Like a lot of them I don't even remember writing because it's just being a channel. It's not like creation. It's really just aligning the body with the self, of course, or the void, what have you. So I'm writing that, and you can see then in 2015, what came through the eye was the cover of the eye manual. You can see it's the horizon, the flat horizon, within a ball, with half of the eye above the horizon line and the other half below, with lowercase i's above it. One being like the physical spirit or physical soul being the body, and then one being the non-physical or the non-visible or what have you, lesser I. So you could say soul and body, and then you had the most I, which of course was the center I that was above and along the horizon or the Horus zone. So you basically you basically have the flat Earth model in that sense right there, and that's April 2015. And again, I don't even remember this whole period. A lot of that is, I mean, you remember in a sense because of what you produced, but the process itself is almost like drawing a blank because it's like unless I'm at that in that space where I'm creating, it's harder to remember it anyway. I gotta be at that I gotta be buzzing and at that frequency to even remember. That's how you even recall certain memories is when you drop or go higher and you're in that lane and in that flow and that frequency of that's where that memory is held in that vibration. So anyway, so that's 2015. I moved to Belize and separate from the female I was in emotional bondage with. And then like it's just crazy how you have to go through the whole process of basically solipsism, or what they call like the idea that there's only thing that is the self. That's the only thing you can be sure of, is that the self or yourself is the only thing you can be that exists or insists, what have you. So you that whole process is just real, going from separating from everybody and everything, and not in a sense of like closing myself off, but to where I get space from everything to get the perspective on everything. And it's like you don't want things to be true, but you can't go back now. You can't unknow. You can blind yourself with chemicals. You know, and that was pretty much what the landslide was for me. Going from having everything, more and more of everything as far as objects, and then finally at the end of it, from let's say the end of 2015 to end of 2016, so like a year and some change in that period of basically like Job, just losing everything that truly mattered, and then having it, just getting the perspective to where the things that I do have. I mean, it's not that they don't matter, because everything that materializes matters, but it's just the trades, certain trades you gotta accept in the perspective that you're giving yourself, and the acceptance of that, as far as each form that you take and everything. And every perspective you take, whether it's because again, it's like you'll never remember yourself dying. Everybody dies but you. And then in other people's lives, it's the reverse. So it's the same thing. It's just wild how when you get everything stripped away, how less is more. But at the same time, it's just the fear is just coming from housing all these, all of what was external to you and you identified as strength externally, housing that. And then beyond that, getting it going for you to where it blossoms for you continuously and you because you're exhibiting it. So it's just about, embodying self and people or the different facets of self or reflections coming back within from external. So it's wild, man. To go from that to finally so many things I can't even say, I can't even share, so it's a shame. But you know, it's always like again, like getting the streams and different things you always know when you reach a point where you're like, I've created this point where I know I'll always have enough. It's just that taming that hunger for more or, perspective of less, what have you. So you can get all 30 PDFs for $100. ROYALT512 at yahoo.com. You can get 3 free PDFs if you buy a paperback on Amazon. Search R Bud Vegan on Amazon, and you can get the ebooks on there too.